Preventing homelessness and helping people who find themselves in that position has been a massive priority for a lot of organisations across Greater Manchester for the last few years. And we're proud to say that one of our very own, Sam Perrett, has been at the forefront of making a difference in the lives of a great many people across the region. Sam worked as a neighbourhood housing manager until a little over a year ago, when he was seconded to become the project manager for the GM Homes partnership, which has had a massive impact on helping some people in very vulnerable situations across Greater Manchester. So, Sam, can you tell us a bit about what the GM Homes partnership is and what it's achieved?
Yeah, so GM Homes Partnership was established in 2017, I think it was, basically in response to the homelessness sort of crisis in Greater Manchester. It's a collaboration of three investors: One Manchester, Trafford Housing Trust, and Bridges Fund Management, and they delivered the Greater Manchester Rough Sleepers Social Impact Bond. So social impact bond, or sort of SIB as it's known, is like a payment by results sort of model of funding, where payments are sort of made by the government based on the programme achieving certain outcomes for individuals on the programme who had experienced homelessness. So mainly around getting people into accommodation, accessing services like mental health, drugs, alcohol, and then looking at getting people into sort of employment and training opportunities as well, sort of a little bit further down the line. So across Greater Manchester, around sort of 20 social housing providers got on board with the programme, became sort of partners in that sort of, and committed certain numbers of properties to the programme, Northwards being one of them as well. So was involved from the sort of very word go when we committed around sort of 20 properties, 25 properties to the programme itself.
And looking at some of the figures around what the project's achieved, the numbers speak for themselves. 356 people supported into accommodation, 79% still in accommodation today, 133 accessing mental health support, 97 people received support for drug or alcohol abuse, 45 people started work. What would you say has been most vital to the project's success?
I think there's a few things really, but I think the sort of partnership as a whole has been vital. So the way sort of housing providers, sort of the investors, or services across Greater Manchester have all sort of come together has been amazing. And I think without that, we wouldn't have achieved those results. So the support the delivery partners provided across Greater Manchester, so Shelter, The Brick, and Great Places, was amazing. Really sort of person-centred. It's something that hadn't really been sort of seen before. Sort of taking the time to get to know individuals and working with them on their strengths, on what they wanted to achieve, and really sort of tailoring the support to them. Housing providers got on board quite early on with that approach as well, so adapting policies and procedures and sort of doing things a little bit differently. So rather than taking legal action at sort of an early stage, they sort of got to know the tenants, got to understand sort of the reasons for their behaviour.
You've come back to Northwards in a brand new role as a tenancy support manager.
Manage a team of some new tenancy support coordinators, so Sam and Nikki, who help support tenants who might need that initial support setting up that tenancy. So whether it's helping them with benefits, helping them settle into the property, getting to know the local area, looking at anything they need support with, really, to help them sort of settle in and give them a really sort of positive sort of start to them. Then we've got 3 tenancy casework managers who deal with sort of more sort of complex cases as well. So things like sort of hoarding, cases where there's been sort of long-standing mental health issues and difficulties that tenants are facing, that they need sort of more intensive support that potentially the housing officers haven't got time to sort of invest in. So they're able to pick up those complex cases, work with agencies, coordinate agencies, and again get really sort of hopefully positive outcomes for people.